Alright guys, today we're going to do a repair on a Stihl ms200t. Its recoil is bad. I've already pulled it off a few days ago to figure out what was wrong with it, and it was a bad spool. So where the rope goes through right here, it cut a slot and it moved back here, so it binds up on the flywheel so it doesn't go back in. So we're going to replace this spool. I'll put this part in the diagram below, and then when we're done replacing that, we'll do a new pull rope on it since we're in there, and I'll show you how to re-spool the pull rope on this. Alright, so first things first, T27, you got 1, 2, 3, it's in there, 4. I use a Stihl tool. I'll put this in the description as well. It's got the T27 on one end, got your spark plug wrench on the other end, and 9/16 socket. Just see what I was dealing with. When I pull this up, it'll snap back in. And it's just a spool. The rope comes out to the edge and it gets stuck on the flywheel itself. Alright, since we're going to replace the rope anyways, we're just going to go ahead and cut this rope. Hold this at the same time so it doesn't just snap to. Cut the rope and then slowly let it unspool. Once you got it unspooled, go ahead, take the old line out, just get it out of there and get it out of the way. Now see, this is where the rope goes. Here, let me turn this on. There we go. This is where the rope goes. You see where it broke right into this side. It was supposed to stop like right there and stay in that little notch. It broke right through. So the aftermarket ones have a fix for that. They leave this plastic built up here instead of it going down, so that it doesn't do that anymore. Apparently that was an issue before with these things. Alright, so now we're going to grab with pliers this clip and pull it straight out this way. Remember that this always points the same direction as the dog ear. These are actually called pawls, P-A-W-L. Alright, got this off to the side, the pawl out, get the little washer ring out, and then slowly and gently pull this up. If you feel the spring holding it, stop and don't do it anymore. Just twist it counterclockwise a little bit and get it to try to release and pull it off. Alright, now we're going to do a little bit of oil in there. You don't want to use grease because it'll stick sand in there, and sand is bad for any of this stuff. Sawdust and sand from cutting wood, it'll all stick in there. So you want to use like a very thin oil like WD-40 or PB Blast, or I actually use diesel fuel. It just works really good. It dries out, nothing sticks, I found diesel fuel to work better than any PB Blaster or WD-40. Like you got a frozen bolt or anything, this works way better. See, it creeps right in, like big time, creeps right in. And if you've ever had to work on a diesel, you know that you touch a diesel engine and then that diesel gets everywhere, all over you. So it does the same thing on motors. I'm just nice soaking it down because I'm going to put the spool back on it and move it back and forth, get that spring to move, get some of that dirt loose. The spool, you want this to line, actually it'd be this side right here, to line up with that hook there. So it'll drop right in and you'll get tension if it's right. I tighten it and let it loose a few times, just get that oil worked in there. Alright, so you put your washer on first, then you get your pawl in there. Doesn't matter which side you put it on. And then remember, this aims the same direction. If you go the wrong way, it won't work. You've got to be the same direction. Pop that on. Now that's shoved in there the right way, the pawl will open up like it's supposed to. Alright, now we're going to get some new rope. Okay, so I heated the end of this up. Oh, is it going to focus? Alright, heated the end of this up. with a torch. You can use a lighter, and I pulled it to a point. Line up this hole with this slot here. We're gonna put this point in and then work it through that hole. It's being a pain in the butt. Hold on. Like this, maybe a pain in the butt. I actually had to take it back out and get it in and push it through the bottom. So you may have to take it out. Usually you can just feed it in there, grab it with a pick and pull it out. But the line just was, I'm using a bit big a line. I'm using number 4. You should really use 3.5. So the line I'm using is a bit big anyways. So it was tight to go through. But you get that through, you pull it out like that, tie a simple knot in it like that, and then pull the line all the way out till the knot's sitting right inside that pocket. That, and then you don't want any of this sticking out, so you're just going to go ahead and shove it right on in like that. All right, now we're going to pull a loop out of this. Just get in there with a hook and pull a loop out, and then we're going to tighten this clockwise. We're going to grab this loop and we're going to tighten it clockwise. Let me get a grip on this thing. All right, so I'm going to do 3 rolls first. 1, 2. We'll do 2. It's getting tight there. Pull this line all the way out, get that loop out of it. Hold it while holding the spool. And I got that out. You let this slowly wind back in. Oh, that was a bit quick, but. And then it looks like we're pretty much on the end there. Maybe one more loop. We'll try one more, but if it sticks out the outside, it's not good. You don't want that. Did one more loop on it, that's perfect. It's plenty of room, lots of line, and stays pretty much inside that spool. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and pull the old rope out of this guy here. The knot's in this side here. Pull right on out. Grab this right here and then cut it like that. Then we're gonna heat the end of that rope and pull it to a point. That. Then we're gonna stab it into the handle. That. Then we're gonna pull it around and we're gonna stick it through that second hole. Here, let me get the light on. Stick it through that second hole in there, like this, and then you're gonna grab this end here and tie a knot, like that. So it goes right through. Let go of it. Boom. Nice and set up. All right, I'm gonna pull it in and out a few times, get that diesel to run out, get all that muddy, rusty stuff to run out of it. And then we're gonna go ahead and reassemble this right into place. Get all 4 bolts tightened down on it. A few times, make sure it's not binding up. Easier when you're using 2 hands. All right, so that's it, guys. That's how you do an ms200t recoil. All right, all the parts will be inside the description below. I'll see if I can find the pawl, spring, the pulley. The pulley was hard to find on Amazon. I had to look up the part number. I'll put all that in the description so it's easier for you to find. Today's t-shirt will also be in the description below. If you want me to do some advertising for you, mail me a t-shirt or some kind of swag, I'm more than happy to. Peace.